Hi, Pep. I'm reading in the last book by Martí Perarnau, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, about the impact that Erling had on the dressing room when he first arrived there 2 years ago, that it changed the dressing room atmosphere a little bit. Can you how is his social role in the group right now, 2 years later?
A little bit higher. A little bit higher. So he knows the environment, the players, how we live. But it's normal. It's a process that, if I stay longer, will be one of the captains of the team. That is normal role. But the impact, I said many times, since his arrival was really, really good. So it's always happy and positive, and it's an incredible. On the pitch, it's not necessary to talk about. Off the pitch, was a surprise for all of us.
He was the captain during the US tour. Of course, a lot of the senior members of the squad was away then. But do you see him as a leader for this team?
Yeah, he has to. Absolutely. When you play all the games and you are so active on the pitch, there are leaders that maybe don't talk much, and they are leaders. So behaving on the pitch, and when there's a big problem, intervene. Sometimes you don't need the armband to be a leader or to be, And yeah, step by step, it's going to happen. It's already the third season together. If I stay longer, at the end, we'll be on one of the senior players in the team. So it's normal, naturally, it's going to happen.
And also, we don't always see what happens in the scenes. But can you explain a little bit how is Steven in the relationship with the other players, with the younger players? How does he take care of them?
It's really good. Yeah. Every Bayern have good moments, but Bomber is really good. He's always positive. He's always happy, and so I'm not in the dressing room with the players. I see them sometimes in the canteen, sometimes on the pitch. But the relation between them is extraordinary. So I said last season, this season, the group of players is unbelievable. So it's one of our strengths, the respect, how how good they train, how compete. They are friends, most of them. So that is really good.
Thank you. Pep, many of your rivals have spent quite a lot of money this summer trying to improve the squads. You spent relatively little, maybe just Ilkay coming in. But do you feel that that's because you've got what you want, really? It's hard to get better, and you've got what you want to do what you want to do this season to win more trophies?
No. Sometimes there are situations for age, for many years you have to be more active in the transfer market, and some years it's not necessary. I believe I give my opinion to the club make their opinion as well, and all together we take a decision. Then sometimes maybe in the future you have to invest more, but now is where it is. I'm still confident with the team that we have, and that's why we decide to do what we have done.
Rodri back training with the group this week. Is he ready, do you think, for tomorrow, or will you wait until after the international break?
I think he's going to travel, but I don't know if he's going to be ready. I don't know.
And once you return from the international break, it's midweek fixtures pretty much every week. How has this time been? Have you been able to sort of get things across on the training pitch that you won't have time for later in the season?
We train, I would say, more and higher in many aspects, because we have more time, more days. When it happened, Brentford, Champions League, Arsenal, Carabao Cup, and all the features that we have will be self-recovery. So try to remember concepts this time of weeks, and yeah, hopefully they can be healthy. Only I'm concerned about be fit, be a player, tired, but be fit. It's only I'm concerned this season. The rest we'll do it again.
I don't think you've maybe got a bigger squad than last season, but do you feel like you've still got a big enough squad for these extra games and competitions?
Well, at the end, leave Julian, leave Sergio, and get back Gundo and Savinho. So, plus we have Nico, we have Maka. So, yeah, it's fine. I'm really pleased with the squad. I know apparently if you don't sign 10 players, we didn't do anything, we'll be weaker. I don't have that feeling. I don't have it. If the opponents feel it, that's fine. But I don't have that feeling.
Lucas Paqueta, has he been a player that maybe you've discussed here as a potential signing before.
I never said that.
Is he though? Was he?
Oh yeah, okay.
Before the FA charge, was he one that you would?
Well, I saw in the newspapers potential we can handle 100 players every season. So that is the truth. That, of course, he's an interesting player, but always with West Ham players, and hopefully can get out of this situation for the benefit of him.
He obviously one of their key players that can control a game.
Absolutely,
one of their threats.
He's an exceptional player. Can play in different roles, but not just him. Kudus, last season, the last game of the season, the problems they create. Bowen, Antonio is a guarantee, and they bought out of players physically in the middle. When you see the squad and the 4 players up front plus Somerville for the player, they brought 2. So it's quite impressive, the squad that they have for West Ham and the potential that they have.
Hi Pep, you mentioned that Ilkay only needs a minute to get back up to speed with things. Is part of the thinking about signing him because of the schedule that it's so busy, they're trying to integrate a player that's not used to your systems and practices, that it's quite difficult to get them going when there's so little time on the training ground?
It was not in our plans. So we didn't think that Ilkay could leave Barcelona. So that is the truth. I never thought about that. It happened in 1 day, and in 3 days, 4 days, we did it. We know that player, and we spoke. I think the last press conference that 90% of the question was before Ipswich Town was Ilkay. So we knew that it will be immediately. But he knows perfectly the roles. But the good players don't need, much time to adapt and in the situation that we have, and because I like this type of players a lot. So okay. So if we can, financial issue against Barcelona and Man City can happen. So let's go. Let's do it.
But would you looked for someone else if you didn't get Ilkay in?
I don't think so.
Because of the schedule, or just because of not needing anyone else?
But I don't know. I know the schedule is tight, but at the same time, I'm sad. I live in experience in the past when I think was in Barcelona. Maybe I was not the manager, but I was there with 4, 5, 6 ACLs, a lot of injuries, maybe 14, 50 players available plus academy. So few. We won the Liga, won the championship, and they play unbelievable. But that happened, everyone is so focused, everyone, but you have 23 or 24 players. They just play 16. You don't have 23, 24 players. You have 16. And sometimes, I prefer to have players I trust a lot. I have players that maybe are there to numbers, but you don't rely a lot, or maybe don't get minutes. When this happens, I don't like it. It's so difficult for them. Don't play minutes. Don't let them play. It's so difficult. Have a good contract and good place, but they want to play. They are professionals. They want to do the job, and you are not do it. And I have a players I can play in 3 or 4 different positions, like everybody knows, and and I like to, because they are intelligent, and and it's fine. If it doesn't work and have a lot of problems, then okay, you have a window, you have the transfer, and maybe we can go there, and in nothing, the season will be over. Because the seasons fly every season more and more. So that's why. So I know the feeling that people say, no, it's weaker and I have to sign, otherwise that is the reason why. I don't have that feeling. I love it, I like it, and I like what the club has done for me as a manager for the transfer window.
Do you actually think that the squad is stronger than last season, given the start that Savinho's made? And
we will see. I'm really pleased with Gundo and Savinho are here, with Makati is back, and Nico make a step up. I like it, but if stronger, it will depend on our performance. So far, I'm happy. I didn't expect to play the level we played so far, and the conditions that we start later than anyone else. With after winning, that always is more difficult. But we will have lows, but I'm pretty sure that the players, the mentality they have, will rise and will come back. So at the end of the season, we tell you it was better than the previous season. So I don't know.
Foden, obviously the club said he was unwell last week. It's been 7 days.
Who?
Foden.
Yeah.
It's been 7 days since. Are you expecting it to be a lengthy absence?
I hope so, no. Hopefully after international break we'll be ready. Yeah.
Because obviously I don't know how long he missed when he had appendicitis 18 months ago.
Playing against Chelsea, 45 minutes, and after he didn't feel good. And we make tests, he feels good and much better, but still he doesn't feel perfect. I prefer we give, that time to recover, be fine, and after when come back international break, be ready for the next games.
Just to go back to Erling a second, how do you see his personality, how it's changed on the pitch? Because when he first came here, he was a force of nature. You could see how desperate he was to be successful. He scored all the goals, beat the record, blah, blah, blah. And there were people saying also that he could only play in one position, that he couldn't integrate. But the impression one gets now is that a lot has changed in his head and his perception of how to play football, not just scoring goals.
Yeah, it's going to happen naturally, gradually, as much play he can do it. We have, I think, the abilities to do it. His ability, is his strength in the potential and power to direct it to the goal in the goal machine. That's, please don't change, never ever that, Not to add something, you can lose that. That is not the point. But of course, it's involved because we talk about what the situation happened in the game, we can do better. But the most important thing is that the feeling that this season feels, when he arrived, come from Dortmund, had lots of problems with the injuries, and we struggled for, last season I think he struggled a little bit, the success in the past, and this season I had the feeling that is better than in terms, I don't know, I wouldn't say ever, because score, 50, 60 goals the first season, so be better is almost so difficult, but, finish the training session, stay in the pitch a little bit more for the finishing crosses, and he's, spoke with, his physios and the other one, feels perfect, don't have any niggles, when in the first season had a lot, so he's always smiling, so yeah. So, of course, it's one game a week, the tiredness will come, the winter come, and, now he's go to Kazakhstan to play the national leagues with Norway. It's 10 hours flight, 10 hours come back, and, this kind of stuff is always accumulate, and that's why you have to be careful. But so far, when the end part of the tour in the States to come back to be focused and training, and yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it just seems in a better place.
Sorry?
It just seems in a better place. I mean, it's a pretty good place out of it. Yeah. This is like another place entirely.
In the club?
Yeah, in his head. How he feels he's
standing. I had that feeling, yeah. We talk about that, so focus these years as a professional, focus completely in the game and every 3 days, so demanding, he knows it, so it's every 3 days, every season is one more year in your body, But as much as happy and enjoying the trainings, enjoy scoring goals, and has the mentality to be better and better, always never disappear. When you are, okay, I've done it, it doesn't matter. And after that, he'll decrease his performance. But still, this season I see still is there. I'm not saying performing well or good, because perform well always, I believe, depend for many factors, not just myself, for the mates, for the opponents, for many things, And this play that, they play good. Why? Tell me a reason why I play good. There are many, factors that involve and play good and bad. I'm not saying about that. I'm saying that be ready, be still, I want to score more goals, and I want to win another Premier League, or I want to, again, be in the final stages, Champions League or FA Cups or whatever, and be a better player. So, and what you have done so far, maybe because you have a long weeks, so be careful, because you have a long weeks this month, so have time to recover, to home and do that. And after that one, it's 3-4 days, we see.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.